Shalom Yasharala. We're in the book, The New World Order by A. Ralph Epperson. And basically, when you read this book, A. Ralph Epperson, he describes how the wicked elite of Esau, the international banking families, the people that founded the Federal Reserve, worship Satan. They're Luciferians. Okay? They're Freemasons. They're into Masonry, which is basically Satan worship. That's what this book goes into. All right, so we're going to go to page 8. And we're going to start where it says just. Just what is the new age religion that will last for at least 1,000 years on the earth? Well, I'll be damned if we live another 1,000 years under Esau. He's going off on that part, but basically, he's going into what this woman, Ruth Montgomery, spoke about in her book, Herald for the New Age. There's not going to be a 1,000-year period under Esau. You know, with this devil, he's going to reign 1,000 more years. You know, she's going off on that. But basically, she's speaking about the new world religion. The new world or new age religion that's to come, which is basically the worship of Satan. Okay? Now, you're going to see the reason why I'm going into all this, so just bear with me. Because this links up with the same information that G. Edward Griffin brought out. All right? Now, let's keep reading. It says, one who attempted to answer that question was Constance Cumby in her book entitled The Hidden Dangers of the Rainbow. She wrote that these were the basic tenets of the new religion. Of what new religion? The worship of Satan. And the word religion, it goes into servitude. You know, you read in the book of James, it tells you pure religion and undefiled before the Most High is this. You know, which basically goes into you know, doing right by your neighbor. You're doing right by the widow. Basically doing right by the Israelites and keeping yourself unspotted from the world, which goes to you keeping the law. You know, but that word religion goes into servitude. It goes to servitude. So the new servitude that's going to be on the earth is not you worshiping someone that you claim to be God, but basically you worshiping Satan and you worshiping man. All right. And let's go into it. You're going to see. So tenet number 1, the plan for the future, and we're in the future now. The plan or agenda for the future includes the installation of a new world Messiah. Basically, an anti-Messiah, which is not going to be just one man. The anti-Messiah is not just one man. There'll be many antichrists or many anti-Messiahs. This whole system is anti-Messiah. Okay? The wicked elite of Esau, the international banking families, they are anti-Messiah. Okay? So it's not just one man. The implementation of a new world government, which is being spearheaded by the wicked elite of Esau. They're the ones behind it. And new world religion under Maitreya. Maitreya, which when you look that up, Maitreya means the future Buddha. All right, and Buddha goes into someone that brings an age of enlightenment, which they claim to do that. When you go into the word Illuminati, it means enlightened ones. Okay? They claim to be enlightened. You go into the word Lucifer. Lucifer means light bearer. The key word is lights. Illuminati, to be illuminated, enlightened. Lucifer, light bearer. Okay? So they claim to bring about a new world government, which they're doing, and a new world religion. Okay? So a new system of control. All right. Financially, physically, spiritually, under them. Now it says the Maitreya, an individual who will be examined later in this book, is not just one man. It's not an individual. All right. Once again, there'll be many anti-messiahs. And Maitreya means someone that brings enlightenment, but basically they're speaking on, one in particular person. But basically dealing with the New World Order is the worship of Satan. With the wicked elite basically being the mediator for Satan. All right. So let's go to this right here. Tenet number 2. A universal credit card system will be implemented. Let's read that again. A universal credit card system will be implemented. It's not going to be a universal credit card system, but it's going to be a universal microchip. Okay? Basically, a digital system. A universal digital system is going to be implemented. And this links up with what G. Edward Griffin had brought out. Okay? How things will go international. And when you get to that point, there's nowhere else to go. So that links up with this right here. A universal, and instead of credit card, basically a microchip system. A universal microchip system will be implemented. The mark of the beast. Now it says a world food authority will control all of the world's food supply, and that's going to happen. Okay. There's already a shortage of food. Famine is coming. They're going to have you pressed. They're going to put the squeeze on you. Pressure from above and pressure from below. That's why so many people are going to take that chip. A universal tax, a universal draft, etc. Okay. But hey, you know what? Let me read number 6. They intend on utterly rooting out people who believe the Bible, which are us, and worship the Most High, and to completely stamp out Christianity. Really stamp out the Israelites. Okay? Because Christianity is nothing but Satanism with a Christian stamp on it. With the Jesus face on it. But it really is Satanism, man. Or occultism. And that's the point on that. A universal microchip system, I'm going to say what it really is, will be implemented. So, Lord willing, you were edified. We're at the end. Okay? This is the end, my friend. Call halayim la alahayana with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Hey, man, we got to stay on fire because very soon these devils going to move. They going to move, but you know what? They're going to lose, man. Y'all going to lose. Your enterprise will not be crowned with success. All praise to our power. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakwadash. Lord willing, Yahweh edified. Shalom. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Obadiah, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect. How it all ends. How it all ends. Now, in this lesson right here, in this quick lesson, we're going to check out a clip from the documentary by G. Edward Griffin, and that documentary is entitled The Creature from Jekyll Island, which, for those of you who don't know who G. Edward Griffin is, you look it up on Google. It tells you he is an American author of 48 books, filmmaker, and conspiracy theorist. But what he brings out are actually conspiracy facts. Okay? Which, when you look at Esau, when you look at these different people that are plugged in with the elite, a lot of them are whistleblowers. And G. Edward Griffin, he's one of them, because he reveals their agenda. Now it says Griffin's writings promote a number of right-wing views, and conspiracy theories regarding various of its political, defense, and healthcare interests. And he's 89 years old. He's still alive. So this guy, he's been around for a while. He understands the banking industry, or the banking world, you know. As he calls it, the banking cartel. He understands it. All right. So let's jump right into it. Now, the name of this video is entitled Secret Meeting on Jekyll Island, The Creature from Jekyll Island, Part 5 of 5. Now, I'm going to play the part that's the most important. Now, it says right here, what might happen if we continue on our current path? And the current path is printing money out of thin air. Printing this fiat currency. And you know what? Let's get the definition for the word fiat. Get a quick understanding of that. Fiat. Now the word fiat, it means an arbitrary order or decree, authorization or sanction. By who? By the elite. Basically, for them, it's just let it be. Or that, you know what? That's what fiat means. Let it be done. You know, it goes back to the Latin. It says medieval Latin, from Latin, let it be done. So just let it be money. Let it be money, but it's not money. It's fucking paper, man. It's monopoly money. Real money is silver and gold. Real money is gold and silver. And real money, you can weigh it. You weigh it in balances. You weigh it in scales. This is not real money. It's paper. It's worthless, man. But just let it be money. Let it be done. It says, let it be done. And it says from fieri to become. So let it become money. And that's some bullshit, man. That's a false balance. Scriptures say a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, you know? And that's exactly what this is. This is why scriptures say, woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. This money they're printing out of thin air, that's an unrighteous decree. Because they sanction that. You know, the Most High didn't sanction that. All right, but let's jump into this clip, man. I just wanted to get the understanding of that word fiat, because I said fiat currency. Okay, so let's play this clip. And Lord will, you can hear it. Okay. It says, the creature from Jekyll Island. Now it says secret meeting on Jekyll Island. The creature from Jekyll Island. And the creature is the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, which is privately owned by the bankers. Or should I say banksters? The banking gangsters, all right? Let's play this, man. What might happen if we continue on our current path? What might happen if we keep printing this money out of thin air? Basically.
It's easy to see where we're headed. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. If you follow a graph, and you can see that there are points on this graph and they're going constantly in one direction, and they've been doing this for 50 years. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see where it's headed. Where this graph is headed is for total destruction of our monetary system. Our money will be totally worthless, and it'll probably be reissued in the form of some international currency, which will be equally worthless. But the value to these people is that once it's on an
international currency. So you're going from this paper money, which is already worthless. You're going from that to, in the future, you're going to have an international currency. What's the international currency going to be? It's going to be that chip, the RFID chip, which the chip is worthless. But see, for them, going back to that word fiat, let it be done. Let it become, let it be money. It doesn't matter. You know? They don't give a damn, man. But see, it's all about control. Let me rewind that.
Graph is headed is for total destruction of our monetary system. Our money will be totally worthless, and it'll probably be reissued in the form of some international currency, which will be equally worthless. But the value to these people is that once it's on an international basis, there's nowhere else to go. Right now, if you don't like American dollars, you can buy Japanese yen. If you don't like that, you can buy Swiss francs. If you don't like that, you can move to whatever currency seems to be having a little better track record. Once there's an international monetary system in place, modeled completely and exactly after the Federal Reserve System, is exactly the same, then there's no place else to go, folks.
Now you see why the elite, the wicked elite of Esau, these international banking families, now you see why they set up their Federal Reserve. Because see, this is the blueprint for how they're going to run the world via the chip, which is going to be the international currency. You know, everything is going digital, and it all makes sense, man. Okay. And he said, once you go international, there's nowhere else to go, because then you have complete control of the entire planet. You know, and then you have these other nations. You have Russia, you have China, you have Iran, you have Brazil. They do business among each other in their different currencies because they want to escape the American dollar. But see, once that chip comes, it doesn't matter. Once the chip comes, that's it. That's the end game. Total control. And everyone is going to have that chip.
So that's where it's headed. And if we don't turn this thing around, I think we're going to be living in kind of a modern serfdom.
You can't turn it around. You can't turn it around. The only entity, the only being that's going to turn everything around is Yahweh Shai. When he comes back to destroy this system has to be destroyed. But there's no turning it around. All right. The prophecies are going forward. Okay. And he said, if we don't turn this thing around, he believes we're going to be in some sort of modern serfdom. Now, what does the word serfdom mean? Hey, because these elite, the wicked elite of Esau, they're moving, man. They're moving quick. The Lord is making them move quick. And this is where you get the word serf. Now it says serfdom, going back to serf. A member of the lowest feudal class, legally bound to a landed estate and required to perform labor for the lord of that estate in exchange for a personal allotment of land. Basically, you're a slave. Okay? Serfdom goes back to serf, which means that you're a slave. Number 3, a person in bondage or servitude. Going back to the Middle English, from Old French, from Latin, servus, slave. Yep. And that's the point right there. Because the wicked elite of Esau, they're setting up a totalitarian system. Complete enslavement of the planet Earth. A prison planet. Okay? That's what they're setting up.
And we'll be serving masters, and they won't be living in the big castles that we can see, at least, and say, well, that's where the master lives up there, and we're tilling his field. Our masters will be the bankers and the politicians, and they'll live in big houses, but they won't be castles. But we'll be serving masters nevertheless, and we'll be thinking they're wonderful people without realizing that they are our masters.
Yep. This is the world that they're bringing. Okay, and we're basically already here, man. We're at the door, okay? We are definitely at the door. Now I'm going to put this together with a clip because I was going into this book, The New World Order by A. Ralph Epperson. And there's a certain part in that book that links up with the information that G. Elwood Griffin had brought out. So stay tuned. You know, I'm going to bring that information out.